Good morning from day 2. Day 1 didn't quite go as planned, but that's why I had a lot of plans just in case anything fell through. I left from Loreto over on the Sea of Cortez side of Baja and drove for a couple hours through mountains and desert and didn't see too many cars. It was a pretty nice drive though, nice relaxing, some good music, and good times with thoughts, of course. Got into Puerto Lopez Mateo, and I had a campsite in mind that I had read about on iOverland. It's an app that I've been using to find some neat little hidden away spots. And turns out it's closed, and there was gates and everything locked up, and so I couldn't get in there. The town was not super welcoming, not in a negative way, just it didn't seem like somewhere that just seemed kind of, go camp over here. So it was kind of more of residential areas along the waterways. I did find a random dirt road out of town. It kind of looked like it was going to go along the water, so I took that. It was an interesting road, had some fun with it though, and ended up coming along some cool little campsites. Unfortunately, it was low tide, and I couldn't really tell where the high tide was going to come up. Everything was pretty wet. It's hard to tell where the water lines were. I knew the tide chart, which wouldn't give me, once high tide did come in, it would have been dark, so I would have had to drive around in the dark, and I wasn't comfortable with that. So I decided that I sat there for a little bit, actually, for about half an hour, and did some reading, and then contemplated what I was going to do, and decided to hit the road and try to find some more spots. Ended up taking another dirt road across on the other side of the road that had taken me into Mateo, and did some more off-roading. That was fun. And then I saw a mile marker sign, well, I guess it wouldn't have been kilometer marker sign, for the Baja 1000. So apparently I was racing the Baja 1000 yesterday, and it was a blast. And my truck did really well. I did feel a little bad. She got a little beat up. Had to stop a couple times, retie down my kayaks because they were starting to move. So yeah, had fun with that. And there's my puppy dog friend. I've made a friend here. She's just hanging out with me, loving the sun, keeping an eye on the solar, making sure it's still charging. Anyways, so yeah, so then I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to go all the way into Bahia Magdalena, and I already knew of a spot here that would be a good, safe, easy to get to, confirmed campsite, since I knew I'd be cutting it close on daylight, and that's one big no-no here, is driving at night. Not so much for people issues, but more cattle coming down onto the roadways to stay warm at night, and I guess they lay down on the road, and you can't see them until it's too late, and you don't want to hit a big old cow. I actually did see a dead horse on the side of the road, and some other horses grazing along the side of the road, so that was interesting. New one for me. However, I ended up getting here to Bahia Magdalena probably about 4:35 last night. Had a little bit of time before sunset, and went, checked in, and had an amazing dinner and some very cold Coronas, and it was amazing. And then came out to my site, and there was a family here, actually 2 couples, and one of them has a little baby girl, and they ended up inviting me to their campfire, which was a little gas portable fire, which I actually almost ordered one of those, and now I know that I don't know if I want one or not still. Wasn't much warmth, but it was fun to have a little fire. And it ended up being really cool. One guy was from Colombia, and his girlfriend was from Brazil, and they drove from Orlando through the US, down Baja. They're gonna take a ferry across to mainland Mexico, and they're gonna go down to Guatemala next. So that was really interesting, pretty cool. And then the other couple's just traveling from Washington, and So yeah, that was a nice night. Here's some stories of where they've been staying and camping, and put some more ideas on my list of places to go, things to check out. So they're headed down to La Paz, which I'm going to be headed down to here in a couple days. So I might run into them again, so that'd be neat. And for now, I was gonna go kayaking, see if I could find some whales. However, it was pretty windy this morning. It's not too bad now, but they're projecting for 20-mile-an-hour winds, and the water's moving pretty good. So still debating that. And I had some just things that I needed to kind of do some upkeep, check the tires and check the batteries and all that good stuff, and just kind of get some resetting done before I head off into the wilderness, since this is a little town, able to get some supplies if needed. But yeah, for now, this is my day, taking in the sun, my new puppy. I asked my mom this morning, I said, is it illegal to steal dogs from Mexico? Asking for a friend. She just laughed. No comment. So, anyways, I'm actually stoked that I was able to put together a video today, because this is, I think, my first one. And I've already been here for like 3 weeks, so, but as I said in my video yesterday, my stepson, he flew home, I guess 2 days ago now, Saturday. Today's Monday, so now I'm really on my own, and I have some downtime, and some thinking time, and some me time. So, anyways, there's a little update, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Alright, have a good one.